They caught their homie's current girlfriend cheating at the party on his birthday.
Oh God, I'm scared. Okay, I'm about to do it. I'm doing it. Fight up. I'm going all the way. Shut up.
I accidentally dyed my eyebrows black. I don't know why I thought that it's gonna... Nice. My eyes are up here.
You know that one outfit that you bring on vacation that you were so excited to wear, like more than all the other outfits you brought? This was mine.
I'm not saving Russell Wilson. He's one of the biggest simps of all time in American history. He goes down in American history as one of the biggest simps. And now people are like, he ain't a simp. He got Sierra. Look, Russell Wilson, the type of dude that wear a condom. He the type of dude that Sierra makes wear a condom because she don't want to go on birth control in their marriage. He probably has hit it raw 5 times. I've almost hit it raw as many times as Russell Wilson probably has hit Sierra raw.
Good men who have been through a lot in past relationships will stay single until they find someone who makes them feel valued, heard, respected, thought of, supported, and loved for who they really are.
So after I cheated on my husband, I gave him a hall pass. But here's the reason why I did that. Is because I didn't want to take the responsibility of getting rid of all demons that I opened up my marriage to. And usually this is what people do when they cheat. They want their spouse to cheat on them back, so it would give them a reason to feel better in some way. But let me tell you, that's the wrong way to do it. It's the wrong way to go about it, because at the end of the day, you make matters worse.
And even though I knew that option was put forth in front of me, I knew that wasn't the right choice.
Yeah.
That's not the way that we try to rebuild a marriage. If you want to stay in a marriage that's still on a downfall and just ride it out downhill, that's up to you if you want to make that choice. But I was not about to make that same choice if I know I also have another option of getting back in the face of God, praying for my marriage, praying for my wife, and trying to do the things and correct the wrongs that we had that led us into that position.
Hell no, to the no, no, no.
And that's what today's video is about. A young female cheating on her boyfriend, yet she still claims that she still loves him. So we're going to be looking at a post she made on Reddit, and the title is, "I cheated on my boyfriend and messed up my relationship. I need advice on fixing this." Women got to understand, when it comes to misbehaving or doing wrong in relationships, they can run up the credit card debt to 6 figures, crash the car, burn the house down, gamble away the retirement funds. All that can be fixed and tolerated. But cheating, that's the only thing in a relationship that cannot be fixed. Yet, these modern women do that nuclear option more than the rest, and most men's relationship standards are low as it is. All we want is loyalty if we're going to want to provide our time and resources to one woman. Like always, a female nukes her own relationship by cheating and wants to figure out how to live healthy in radiation. There is no living in an atomic blast zone. So, let's get balls deep into it. I've been in a relationship for 3 years. While my boyfriend was away backpacking, I met someone in a professional capacity, but we started talking personal things and clicked instantly. Things happened, I slept with him, and it was the best sex I ever had, and now I'm emotionally hung up on this guy. So what's the problem? If he's the best she's ever had, then what's the issue? Just leave the boyfriend and go to this alpha thundercock. Probably because it was a fling, and this guy would never commit to her. Not sure why the boyfriend wouldn't take her backpacking. He needs to dump her and find a woman that loves to hike, because physically putting distance between you and your relationship isn't good. It's anti-relationship, and she's going to search for that intimacy if she thinks you're not the best she can ever get.
Once she starts talking to other men and openly inviting sexual attention from other men, she's putting herself back on the market. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. She's putting herself back on the market. She's talking to exes, going on lunch dates. I'm just going to have lunch with the guy at work. It's nothing serious. All of this shit, once she start doing this, she's entertaining other men. She's accepting applications. She's lining up your fucking replacement. Any woman who loves and respects you will not entertain other men. They will not put themselves in a position to get sexual attention, especially on the internet. especially in the DMs. They will not respond to DMs. When somebody DM her, they will not say, "Oh, no, thank you, I have a boyfriend." They'll leave him on red or leave him on scene or block him if they love and respect you.
Also, this is what being alpha widowed looks like. And another reason why a high body count isn't conducive to a good relationship, because you're competing against the best men she has gotten, even against the one-night stands as you saw here. So of course, some of those men are going to be slayers, and if they ever contact her again, she'll run back to them to quote-unquote figure things out or find closure in their pants. She'll blow up your relationship for just the possibility of being with the alpha, even knowing full well that she's most likely going to get played.
If a chick gives you that it was complicated, it was a situationship, but she speaks fondly of the guy, he's always on her mind, that's an alpha widow. Like, that's a woman that hasn't gotten over a guy from her past which she deemed to be high value. If she can't get over him when she's dealing with you, that generally means she saw him as higher value than you.
My boyfriend and I have been battling SEX related issues. He used to complain about my lack of desire for SEX and my lack of initiation for it, which made me think I just had a low libido.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
No, it's not. It means she's not attracted to her boyfriend enough. She's probably using him for relationship benefits, and this is why she has a job, to step out on him. Because it sounds like if the boyfriend can go backpacking for a while, he's got enough money to take her on a vacation or not work all the time. He's complaining because there's no burning desire from her. He should end the relationship right there and then and kick her out. Because at least with an official roommate, they can pay rent. Because that's what this is, an unofficial roommate situationship. She's using the possibility of SEX to get free room and board. So I'll blame the boyfriend partly for allowing this. You need to find a female that wants to jump your bones. Now, granted, this is why you need to be in shape, like hitting the gym hard, to increase that desire. Continuing. It also didn't help that I was a virgin when I started dating my boyfriend. His frustration with my lack of SEX drove him to get angry or annoyed from time to time.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
If she really was a virgin, her paid bond would be 100%, and they'd be screwing like rabbits because she has nothing to compare the guy with in the bedroom. She could be a Catholic schoolgirl virgin, which means she's done everything except missionary if you get the drift. They'll do BJs and still call themselves pure and chaste. But the boyfriend needs to get the hint and stop trying to force a square peg into a round hole. She don't want him, and she needs to be honest with that fact as well. She needs to put it in clear terms that he doesn't do it for her and leave the relationship, instead of making all the excuses why she's not turned on by him. This is Decepticon HOE excuses when they finally settle down for the beta bucks. This isn't the MO of a quote-unquote virgin woman.
There's no good girls. The only difference between good girls and bad girls is the bad girls have been caught. All women have somewhat of a peppered past. Unless you're in an Amish village and you wife up one of these Amish girls where the community is well known and you've known her past, you're not going to find the good girl. There are no ones.
Continuing. After a point, I was willing to let my boyfriend satisfy his SEX desire by sleeping with other women because I didn't want him to remain dissatisfied, but he never wanted to exercise his freedom out of love for me. He wanted some time by himself, which is one of the reasons why he decided to go on a backpack trip. Sounds like the boyfriend is really attached to her, like he thinks this is the best he'll ever do, and that doesn't work even with virgins. A woman needs to know the man she's with has options and can leave or cheat if he wanted to, because that will reinforce the fact that she picked a winner. Additionally, you need to understand this. When women give you a cheat pass or even suggest to having a threesome, it's because they want to cheat. And in their mind, it's the moral justification for them to do it. Even if you don't act on it like this guy, they can call themselves that they offered it, so fair is fair. They can say he agreed to an open relationship, even though it wasn't clearly spelled out and defined that they can cheat as well.
Once a man cheats, you are now in an open relationship. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. He opened it and you keep, now it's open. You always put yourself first. Exactly. If they didn't want an open relationship, they wouldn't have suggested one by having one. That's how it goes. And a man can't expect a woman not to do anything after she finds out that he cheated. I mean, this lady cooking and cleaning, washing your dirty drawers, waiting on you to come home with a big plate in her hand, and you out there cheating, and she find out. You don't think she gonna go cheat back if she can? She gonna go cheat back probably 3 times more than you did, just for wasting her time, energy, and playing with her emotions. Because women go hard. They do. You might have cheated once, you gonna cheat 3 times. And just until she can forgive you. Okay, I forgive you, sir. Let me go cheat 10 times. And then the man was like, oh, you cheated on me. Well, you did too. Okay.
My inabilities to sex satisfy him led me to believe that I might not be the right woman for him. I was in constant fear of losing him because I wasn't satisfying him.
Right.
This is pure gaslighting. It's not that she can't satisfy him, it's that she doesn't want to. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's the lying about that and the deception that's the issue. Shit or get off the pot. Either try or end things officially so he can find someone who wants to jump his bones at every walking hour. This is why a woman needs to earn her relationship benefits, especially cohabitation, so you can weed out the ones that just want a free ride without riding you.
A lot of guys are what I call placeholder boyfriends. And what I mean by this, or even worse, placeholder husbands. And what I mean by that is, like, the girl doesn't want to feel like she's single all the time and she still wants to come home to somebody that she can sleep with or whatever, because women do have a deep innate need for, being social and having someone by their side. Women do look for that security with a guy. But that guy might not check off all the boxes that she wants. So, okay, he's nice and he's caring, but he doesn't make money, or he's broke, or he's kind of a pussy. So what they'll do is they'll tolerate him. He'll be the boyfriend until she finds something better. And then she'll trade up eventually and leave that guy and go with the other guy.
In spite of the sex shortcomings, my boyfriend and I share a great relationship and I love him very much. He has always been around for me to talk to, and when he went on a trip, I felt very lonely. I have never lived alone my whole life. It was unfortunate that this guy gave me the attention at the time, and I got really comfortable with him. I could instantly open up to him emotionally and physically. She described her boyfriend as the friend zone, and when she says she loves him, she means love him as her brother, not a lover.
Once a woman friend zone you, there is no going back. There's nothing you can do to change my mind. I don't care if you wine and dine me, if you take me to Italy, you're not getting this. Because whatever you did from the start to get you in a friend zone, you can't get out. Have you ever been friend zoned by a man?
I've been friend zoned by 3 men.
Really?
In my whole life. I'm like, yo, I like you. Let's see what's up. And they're like, no, I think we should just be friends. I don't want to be your friend.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yes.
I am trying to gargle your kids. I don't want to be your friend.
And that's on period, bro.
That's what the I wanted to get married.
Yes.
Okay? So when you tell me you're not interested, I'm not going to stop wanting to get married. I have to not talk to you. I have to now ghost you. And now you're looking at me like I'm crazy.
You have to not exist anymore. Disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Mr. Thundercock didn't appear out of nowhere suddenly. She's been building a relationship with him at work for a while. It's clear that he's a chatter Tyrone because, what do you know? Despite her claiming she has a low sex drive, this physically gifted man who's probably built like a Marvel action hero gives her desire to sleep with him. It's like if your girlfriend got fat and you made a connection with a hot 10 at work, of course you're going to want to smash the hot 10. She's hot, and your girlfriend is not. Of course you're going to be blinded by lust and claim you connected with her on a spiritual level. Continuing with the BS. With this guy, I could just let go and enjoy the whole experience. Of course, such adventures come at a price. I met this guy a week later and expressed my feeling of attraction towards him, but his priorities are different and he does not want me to nurture any romantic feelings for him. He told me that he is not relationship material, though he didn't say why. I suppose because he has a busy lifestyle. He did mention he prefers older women, and I'm guessing that was just for sleeping around with.
Gotcha, bitch!
Translation, he doesn't think she is relationship material because she's cheating on her boyfriend, but he can shift all the blame to himself because he's a smooth talking player. And she herself came to the conclusion that he's a player because she thinks he's sleeping around with the other career women at work. Maybe he is, and it's obvious, just proves the red pill concept of pre-selection. And still, she wants this guy more than her boyfriend that she supposedly loves. You can't make this shit up. It just goes to show the less attention you give a modern woman, the more interest she'll have for you. The more she wants to qualify and earn your commitment. The ironic thing about this situation, had she done the right thing in the first place and broken up with her boyfriend before she met this alpha, she might have had a real shot with this alpha guy at work. Women today screw up their own relationships and opportunities, and this is how they do it. They shoot themselves in the foot being a bedwench and disqualifying themselves by their actions. Continuing. Meanwhile, my boyfriend found out about the incident and we spoke about what happened. He thinks he drove me into the situation because of the certainty he couldn't provide about the future of the relationship because of the issues we were having. When he came back from the trip, he wanted to fix the issues in our relationship by giving less importance to sex and be more caring and loving and taking things slow. He has been very mature and understanding towards me and wants to help me in the relationship through this situation. The boyfriend is a certified cuck. Clearly, he's the beta bucks. Sadly, a lot of guys get mystified by a woman's looks and will put it above everything else, especially if women that good looking normally would never give them the time of day. This is one of the cases that the guy refused to read the writing on the wall, and now he's becoming less attractive by lowering his relationship standards to even allowing himself to get cucked. Sometimes guys have to learn the hard way that they cannot force or earn genuine attraction no matter how much they treat a woman good. As of right now, it looks like he's a placeholder or her backup plan if the alphas don't work out.
A quick reminder, one of the greatest mistakes that people make when it comes to dating is wasting their time trying to convert a low-interest person into a high-interest person. People will read blogs and watch videos looking into strategies and hacks to raise the interest of the other person. They'll sit there typing and watching videos of how to make someone commit. Friends, this is the highest level of disrespect to yourself and your precious time. Why? Because attraction isn't a choice. You can jump through all the hoops that you want to, but if someone isn't attracted to you, you cannot and shouldn't ever negotiate attraction. Either someone's into you or they're not. Take it from a man who has learned the hard way. When you do those kind of things, you send a really negative message to yourself, and it ends up diminishing your own self-worth slowly and gradually. You can't strategize someone into loving you. It just can't be done. Because what you end up doing if you try and go down that route is internalizing this message that essentially you're not worthy of it happening naturally. When someone is occupying so much space in your head, you never end up really getting the psychological distance away from them to take in somebody completely brand new, because you're thinking about the person that doesn't really care about you in the long run. Here's my challenge to you. Only choose people who choose you back from the get-go. If someone isn't pumped about you, and I mean pumped, you need to move on. Be turned off by someone's indifference towards you. All in or nothing. These are all healthy indications that you should let this person go, and never an invitation to go in harder. I would wish you luck, but I know you don't need it.
We have evaluated the issues in the relationship, but I don't feel confident about working on the relationship issues right now because of my feelings for this guy. Even if I choose to ignore my feelings for this guy, I'm afraid that if he ever contacted me or if I met him, my feelings will return, and I don't want that to happen. I need closure for my feelings for this guy, but I am not sure how to make that happen. So again, she got alpha widowed. This also proves just because you hit it first, it doesn't guarantee you being the last. If you're not masculine enough and act like a tampon, she'll move on. He supposedly took her virginity, but was too weak to keep her loyalty. The ball wasn't even pitched underhand at 10 miles per hour. It was on a T-ball stand and he still missed. This is exactly why if you're a loser and you go overseas, despite having more money than the average middle-class guy, the traditional woman will still look at you as a loser.
Women don't cheat on men that they see are their best possible option. In cases like that where it is, other men are for the most part pretty much invisible to them. Unless she's walking through the mall and there's some half-naked firefighters selling firefighter calendars, pretty much all guys are completely invisible to women like that. The reason why they cheat is different than the reasons why men cheat. Men can go and have a threesome with a bunch of women and come home and still love their wives and their children. Women, on the other hand, when they cheat, it usually means it's because they're done and they want out.
This has been the best relationship for my boyfriend and I, and we love each other very much. I regret what I did, and I know it was a big mistake. I wish I could undo what happened. I want everything to go back to the way it was. I really need to get over this guy before I can go further in my relationship. The damage is done. She needs to move on. When you experience driving a supercar for the first time, and especially going 0 to 60 in 3 seconds flat, with an engine roaring like a tiger, every other car is boring after that. Her being in a fake relationship with a guy she's clearly not attracted to ironically backfired and stopped her from being in a relationship with a man she desired the most. And this is the reason most attractive women in the West are single despite having 20 times more opportunities with high-value men than the average male finding a good woman. They fumble the bag. Why? Because they disqualify themselves for a relationship by giving it up the first night, or by drama dumping on the date indicating they're used up or being bitter.
Most women are average, just like most men are average. And we sell this dream, we sell this fantasy. I call it the Disney effect, the concept of soulmates, the one, unconditional love, all of these things that women feed into, and then they want that from the type of guy that they want it from, which is typically the top 10% of men. But every woman can't have a top 10% of men. You can't think you deserve a certain type of man and you're not that type of woman, and chances are you're not the type of woman that you think you are in your head. What do you bring to the table? What do you offer? What are you about? How were you raised? What type of emotional baggage do you have? Will you be an asset or a liability to a man who's worked his way up to this level?
My boyfriend posted about his feelings on the situation to Reddit sometime back when he first heard about what happened. Let's take a look at his side of the story. Normally, I'd say no because we know he's a cuck, but let's be fair and let's see what he thinks. For all we know, she could have gaslighted about everything. Fair is fair. Believe facts, not women. The title is, My GF of 3 years cheated on me. Have you ever been able to get over your SO having cheated on you, forgive him/her, and still have a good relationship? That's because you're not supposed to get over her cheating. She clearly said she didn't love you when she cheated. It doesn't get clearer than that. A woman having sex with another man says she wants to future his genes, even if it's practice. For the most part, it's saying she wants to take the risk of being connected with that man for the rest of her life if she gets pregnant. We didn't even get past the title and he proved himself to be a cuck. Let's give him another shot and actually see his viewpoint. I have been in a relationship for 3 years and decided to go backpacking for a month to take a break from everything in my life, including my relationship. And when I came back, missing her, more in love, and wanting to fix all those things I realized I was doing wrong, I found that my girlfriend, to whom I have been faithful, cheated on me. She doesn't love you, idiot. Stop trying to delude yourself. This is what a true blue-pilled male looks like. You can fool people easier than trying to convince them they're getting fooled. Clearly, she's out of his league.
If you ever get cheated on, I know people hate me for this, but it's usually your fault. And the reason I say that, particularly with men, a cheating woman shows you every red flag from day one. If you choose to ignore red flags, you'll pay the price. Cheaters show you they're going to be a cheat. And how they show it is very simple, their values. Cheaters show you their past, they show you everything. But ignoring red flags is always going to land you in that position. Now, whenever I have clients that have been cheated on a lot, 3 years she's still been talking to her ex, I was like, there's no way she can get to 3 years without you consenting. They would have been late replies, there would have been days their phones are off, not telling you where they're going. Their social media would have suggested something. There would have been signs you chose to ignore them. The price you pay for that, unfortunately, is infidelity. Denying the red flags is always, it's going to catch up on you. The infidelity is going to occur.
This was highly uncharacteristic of her. We both still love each other and she realizes that what she did was a mistake and wants to work things out. We spoke a lot about what happened and I decided not to end this relationship and make things work because I understand why she did what she did and I wasn't exactly a perfect boyfriend. I want to trust her and rebuild the relationship. There's no coming back from cheating. Move on. He didn't end this because he still gave her relationship benefits. The simp delusion is unreal. He needs to be slapped silly because he thinks he's in the catbird's seat calling the shots. He cucked himself and he's somehow pretending that him doing everything but not officially calling her a girlfriend is ending the relationship and is going to punish her for her bad behavior. This simp has to have been raised by a feminist or a single mom because invertebrates have a bigger spine than he does and they're organisms without one. I don't know if I want to read the rest, to be honest. I can't take it, how beta he is.
Alright, you little bastard. You want to challenge my pack? Well, I hate to say this, but I'm not the alpha that you want to challenge. Because my true alpha is right there. So if you want to challenge one of us, you have to go through all of us. Ain't that right, alpha?
So true. I'm back. I stepped down because I had to. Now I'm back. So, You want to challenge? Let's challenge.
You want to fight me one-on-one? Well, listen up well. He was my trainer. So I suggest you shut up and sit your ass down.
Sit your ass down
before you have to deal with him.
And I'm ready.
And we're all ready.
However, I am very hurt from the whole experience. I find this whole incident emotionally draining, and I am unable to get this video of her being fucked by some other guy out of my head. When I am alone, my thoughts keep running back into what happened when I was away. I feel a desperate need to spend a lot of time with her, not only because of this incident, but also because I had missed being with her for a month. Translation, he is desperate. And the reason why simps allow bad behavior from, because they have no other options. This is why you sometimes see hot 304s with dorky guys, because they can manipulate those males 100%. These bedwenches can literally cheat in their own bed, and these simps will still accept it.
Guys don't come to me with like, how can I be a better man? It's like, how can I get her back? What can I do to make her love me again? And I always say, you can't force desire. You can't force them to love you or to want to be with you. They have to choose that. And once a girl loses respect for you and views you as a beta, she probably is never going to view you as a different guy, because in her brain, that is the way she sees you now. The effort that you'd have to put in for her to view you differently is not worth your while. Unless you have children with her, just move on, just find some other girl, because all these young lads are like 18 years old and they're like, oh my god, she left me. They convince themselves that this one girl they've been dating is the one for them. Mate, you're 18.
Continuing. This unfortunately makes her feel guilty and miserable, because it is easy for her to think that I am paying her so much attention because of my possessiveness and insecurity as a result of what happened. I seem to be putting a lot of pressure on her. It doesn't help that she has always felt that I am too good for her in this relationship. On the other hand, it has taken a lot of effort on my part to give her some space, because I very badly want her attention and want to feel needed by her. I am very messed up about how to treat her. Do I try to give her the space, or do I try and satisfy my need to get her attention? I know the answer to this one, just need to hear someone say it. This idiot just wants to hear a confirmation bias from other simps and blue pills who think women are the ultimate prize. When a female claims you're too good for her, believe her and move on, especially if she's never been treated like this before. That means she was treated accordingly, like garbage, because she is garbage. You have to trust other men's decisions. They are rational thinkers. They did it for a reason. Don't be eating someone else's half-finished steak that you found in the garbage. Yet many males do this all the time, because either they're not red-pilled or they value attractive women too much.
Don't try to change your simp mates.
You need to stop trying to save your simp friends. We know from experience that you cannot save them. Guys need to learn through trauma or through seeing the red pill in action. For example, he gets cheated on, or his girl leaves him for being too good of a guy, or he's on the other side of the spectrum where he's with a girl that has a boyfriend. That's the only way he'll learn.
Trust me, don't bother putting your time and energy trying to change these guys, because they will literally just disappoint you. Lead by example if you want, show them the right way, hang out with guys who are not simps, alpha dudes, because you are who you surround yourself with. Boys, just know that some people, they're never gonna change. Doesn't matter how much knowledge they get, what they see in front of them. Boys, some people are literally just born to be a simp, and they'll be a simp for the rest of their lives.
I also realized I have a sense of suspicion towards her being on the phone and talking to others and going out, etc. I have gone from someone who gave my GF complete freedom in this relationship with no insecurity to someone who can't help but think the worst when I am not with her. And that's the problem with taking back a cheater, and why it's not worth the hassle, because for the rest of the relationship, you're always wondering what if, and it's added stress you don't need. The world is already hard enough for men as it is. The last thing we need is our peace and quiet at home to become chaotic or extra stressful. And that's the problem. He didn't value himself to enforce his boundaries, or she didn't value them. Giving her freedom means you're allowing her to see if there's a better man. Skipping. Edit 1. Just to be clear, when I meant break, I didn't mean ending the relationship for a month to see if we had to get back together again. There was never a question of ending the relationship. We have literally been together in the same house for 3 years and just wanted to do something different and spend some time away from each other for a change. I called it. The so-called ending the relationship was just semantics and deluding himself that he's not being cucked. He owns a house at a young age, so that's the reason why she quote-unquote loves him. Her plan is to divorce rob him and take the house, and this simp is hooked line and sinker. Might as well give her his bank account passcodes, because that's what's going on. This is pure highway robbery in action. Sadly, some males will only learn once the anti-family court bends them over and takes everything. Because I bet this guy is going to think marrying her will fix everything, and that he hasn't been committed enough to her. She doesn't have to deceive him when he deceives himself.
You really truly don't know anybody until you get married. That's when you're going to see their true colors. And it's when they get divorced that you're going to see their ultimate colors. You're going to see their DNA, what they're really all about. If you're going to get married, you got to do it on your terms, because when you get divorced, everything with the legal system is completely in her favor. So you get married on your terms. Make sure you do this, because if you get divorced, you're getting divorced on her terms.
Moral of the story, some males can't be safe because they don't want to. They want to believe the Disney fantasy and Santa is real. You have a MGTOW duty to help wake up more men, but if they're still not listening, they gotta learn the hard way. You can't save them all. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.